My name is Tommy Springfield, and I'm here to bring you the facts. Nothing but the facts. But before we get into all that, I thought I ought to know I'm something like a ghetto superhero, a little like Batman, but they call me Batman. I live in a Bat cave, I drive a Batmobile, and I'm still that nigga. So, as you can see by the title, Arrested by Carmela, a Black Mother's Story. And let me give you some background on why I'm doing this video. So the other day, I was out with a friend of mine. This friend happened to be white, and he said something, didn't offend me, but I think he thought he offended me. And he said this, I'm a white man. And as a white man, and you a black man, if you vote for Donald Trump, you stupid. First of all, how I know he was never really my friend, because if we friends, you don't never gotta say the I'm a white man part or you a black man. As friends, we should be humans. We shouldn't see each other's color, ever. It's never a reason to do if we're friends. But I decided to do this video because people don't know. People are really stupid. People really only believe what the TV tells them. And how I know this friend doesn't watch my channel, I got hundreds of videos of black people, boots on the ground, not news reporters, boots on the ground telling you what Donald Trump has done for them. Why are people refusing to believe it? But I figured it out. White people are afraid. They not afraid of what Donald Trump gonna do to black people. They afraid what Donald Trump is gonna do to them. If you look at his history, Donald Trump don't deal with white people. If you look at his history, he always hung with some of the top black celebrities. If you look at his history, he don't like white folks. So white folks afraid of what he gonna do to them and what he gonna give to black folks. That's what they really afraid of. But it's not about him. It's about the evil Queen Carmela. She's a bum. And I did too much talking, but let's get into the story.
I intend to fight.
And I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you, I'm 420 friendly over here. If that offends you, I'm sorry. I appreciate your view thus far. And I hope you find what you're looking for on your YouTube journey. Thank you.
I intend to fight for Black Lives Matters. I intend to fight.
If Black Lives matter to her, why didn't I matter?
I don't agree what my Kamala Harris did to my mom, and I don't agree with what she's done to other parents as well.
My message to all Americans, especially Black Americans, do not trust Kamala Harris.
I'm so proud of you right now, because you walked all the way down here and I wasn't expecting you to walk.
My daughter, Shayla, suffers from sickle cell anemia, a chronic, painful genetic disease.
As a prosecutor and law enforcement, I have a huge stick.
It's a very sharp stabbing pain, and it hurts a whole lot. Like from my chest all the way down, it hurts, including my side.
So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
When Kamala Harris was the California Attorney General, she had me arrested and prosecuted because my handicapped daughter was sick in the hospital and had missed some days of school.
I spent a majority of my time here at the hospital.
Kamala's horrible policies hurt mothers like me and the Black community. My name is Cheree Peoples, and this is my story. I am a single mother. I've worked as a certified nursing assistant and a caregiver. My daughter Shayla was born in 2002. When she was born, she was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia. It affects all major organs in the body and also causes extreme pain. Her whole life, she has been on medications like morphine and Dilaudid to help her control the pain. In addition, she had to undergo blood transfusions every 3 weeks. My lifestyle became taking care of her almost full time. It is pretty typical for kids with Shayla disability to miss a lot of school.
I just got out of school. I've done 3 full days this week. Oh, I'm so tired.
And for years, the teachers were aware of her condition and her absences were all excused. California schools get their state and federal funding based off of average daily attendance. Schools are paid about $30 per student per day.
In San Francisco, we threatened the parents of truants with prosecution.
I first heard of Kamala Harris when she got elected California Attorney General.
We are putting parents on notice. We are going to make sure that you face the full force and consequences of the law.
She wrote a report saying truancy was costing California schools $1.4 billion a year in funding.
Because of truancy, California public schools lose $1.4 billion a year in funding. I want money.
Kamala then wrote a law making it criminal for parents if their kids miss school time. Kamala even wrote a book called Smart on Crime.
You can read an excerpt from the book that she just plugged shamelessly. It's called Smart on Crime.
Talking about arresting parents for truancy.
I sent a letter on my letterhead out to every parent in the public school system.
In 2012, like all California parents, I received a threatening letter from Kamala Harris saying we'll go to jail for a year if our kids even miss 10% of school days. It was like a crazy intimidation tactic.
I'm going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
I thought, wow, this woman doesn't have any empathy. Is it because she's not a mother? I also thought, how could she not understand it would disproportionately affect people of color, single black mothers? But honestly, I didn't imagine it could affect me. Her teachers had her medical records from the Children's Hospital. I even had a 504 plan, which was an agreement between the school district and the parents to provide care for students with disabilities. It was April 18th, 2013, in the morning. I'm in my pajamas. I had just fed my daughter, gave her her medications, sent her off to school. Little did I know, there was a warrant out for my arrest. All of a sudden, the police is outside my house, and they started banging on the door. I opened up my door, and 2 officers entered my home. They told me I was under arrest for my child missing school. They said I was going to jail. I was shocked. I said, but my baby is sick. The school knows that. And they said, go talk to Kamala Harris. Place your hands behind your back.
So, if you've been following for the last 5 minutes, as you can see, this little girl had a tragic life. She was born with sickle cell anemia. I know people who have it. I can't say the word right, but I know people who have it. They live kind of horrible lives. They're in pain. They're always sick. But because of this, it caused her to miss school. And your great vice president, Kamala Harris, locked her mother up. Locked her mother up because her kid was sick in the hospital with sickle cell. Because this kid lived a life of pain and agony. The lady y'all want to vote for vice president just because she black did this to this mother and many other mothers in California. Stop watching fake news. Oh, Donald Trump is the evil guy and Donald Trump is this. Donald Trump ain't never did none of this shit these Republicans have done. But I'm going to get back to the video. I know I'm talking too much. I know.
Mom did nothing wrong. We did everything we were supposed to. I was always bringing doctor's notes, always calling the school to let them know that I was in the hospital.
Then they handcuffed me.
And I'm sorry to say, and now this lady, this mother, who gave up her life to care for her child, is being arrested. She's going to prison for taking care of her child, and now she has a criminal record because of Kamala Harris.
So they take me outside for what you call a perk walk. And oh my God, the TV news was there, the newspapers were there. You could swear I had killed somebody. It was degrading and humiliating.
Now you heard her. They had the news there. They had the TV people there. It was degrading. It probably ruined her life. It turned her life upside down. She's on the TV and the news for going to jail because her kid don't go to school, but her kid is in the fucking hospital. Yeah, but y'all want to give her y'all vote.
I was taken to the Criminal Justice Center. They took my mugshot. I was fingerprinted like a criminal, and I was terrified.
And it felt like I caused her so much pain. Because in reality, it is because of me, even though I know it's not directly my fault.
If I wasn't goddamn recording right now, I would cry too. Because this little girl is sitting here on this fucking video saying it's her fault that her mother went to prison. It's not her fault. It's Kamala Harris' fault. This girl was born with sickle cell. It's not her fault. That's fucked up that she has to think it's her fucking fault because of a person like Kamala Harris. But a person that was allegedly my friend said, as a black man, if you vote for Donald Trump, you're just stupid. No. As a human fucking being, if you vote for Kamala Harris, you should off your fucking self. How about that, sir?
Sorry.
The next day, the Orange County Register showed the pictures of my arrest. They even had a close-up picture of my hands in handcuffs to show here's a black mother being arrested.
It was a truancy rate at over 2.5 times that of white students.
Everyone knew most truant kids were black. I think Kamala Harris wanted me as an example to threaten other single black mothers, like, this can happen to you if you don't get your kids in class. The police even put out a press release naming me and other black single mothers like Toya Daniels, who got arrested the same day. But my hell was just beginning. They gave me 2 charges: failure to supervise and encourage school attendance, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I couldn't believe it. They framed my daughter as a gang member and basically charged me with neglect. I spent the next 2 years in court fighting these charges. Kamala assigned her nastiest prosecutors to my case.
My homicide prosecutors, my gang prosecutors. And they went over there and I said, when you go over there, look really mean.
Like 10 different prosecutors. They kept pressure.
And as you can see, Kamala is bragging about it. Yeah, I sent my top prosecutors over there. I sent my homicide. And she laughs about it. So once again, if you're a human and you voting for this bitch, you should just go ahead and off yourself because you hurting the rest of us. I'm gonna keep supporting Mr. Trump.
Me to plead guilty and spend a year in jail, but I kept refusing because I did nothing wrong. All the time I had to spend going to court, I was struggling to care for my Shayla. I lost my job and couldn't pay rent, and we got evicted. I became homeless. We had to move into a motel.
And I ended up being in the hospital a lot during her trial. And in that hospital stay was when I had my stroke.
I had a stroke about 4 or 5 days ago. And
let's take a moment of silence for Shayla, even though Shayla ain't dead. So, Kamala Harris arrested this little girl's mother. This little girl had sickle cell. Her mother went to prison. It caused the little girl more stress. The little girl had a stroke. Kids don't be having strokes. That's just not something I hear about all the time. This little girl had a stroke because she was stressed that she believed that 9 years old, 8 years old, that she sent her mother to prison. That is a sad, fucked up story. This one story alone would make me never vote for Kamala. This one story. This little girl, not only was she suffering from sickle cell, she had a stroke, bro. She had a fucking stroke because of Kamala Harris. But we should vote for her because we black. And once again, I'm going to keep saying it like my white friend said. By golly, if you're black and you vote for Trump, you're stupid. Well, I raised that. And I see that with if you vote for Kamala Harris, you should go ahead, take the pill, go to the top building, fall off, get hit by a plane on the way down. When you land, get ran over by a train coming from the right, coming from the left, a bus. And a couple more other things. But let's finish the video. I talk too much, I know.
Right now, I'm doing pretty good. My hand is doing okay, I guess.
In 2015, after 2 years, they finally just gave up and dismissed my case. In 2018, the Supreme Court of California ruled that truancy cannot be punished by incarceration. It was unconstitutional. The courts finally stopped Kamala Harris' abuses.
So there you have it. The Supreme Court of California had to come in and overturn Kamala Harris's terrible law, locking black mothers up. She put them on the TV. She put them on the news. But yeah, let's vote for her. Yeah, let's put her in the most powerful seat in the world and see what she do to your black mothers. Remember, she's busy raising white kids, not black kids, folks.
When I look back, I ask, why did Kamala Harris arrest me? Why was Kamala Harris so insensitive to a black woman with a handicapped child? Well, first, I learned that Kamala Harris has no common experience with black people. She grew up with an Indian mother. I remember she kept saying she was Indian.
To become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good. What we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes. And I learned she grew up in...
Now, as you can see, right there, it showed you, she said she's Indian, and she said nuck. She used Indian language, but now, because she needs your vote, she's black again. Why you don't see her white husband on the campaign trail with her? Huh? I don't know why many people ain't asking that question. Where's her white husband on the campaign trail? She don't want you to see him because it's going to ruin that she's black image. Stop it. Pay attention, folks.
Canada, not in the United States, and went to a wealthy high school. I think in Canada, she must not have been exposed to American values, which respects the rights of individuals. When Kamala Harris ran for president in 2019, they asked her about arresting people like me, and she just lied her ass off.
The truancy program got a lot of criticism too. Did you actually lock anybody up?
No, we never locked anybody up. We never sent a parent to jail.
And no parent went to jail.
And we did prosecute some cases, but far few, only about 20.
It's ironic because...
Now, as you can see, Kamala lied. She said she never arrested nobody. But the whole video was about arresting somebody. So, to my white friend, like I'm going to keep saying in this video, to my white friend that said, by golly, if you're black and you vote for Trump, you're stupid. If you vote for Kamala Harris, you should take the pill. You should fall off the building. You should get hit by a plane on the way down. You should get ran over by a train, in a car, in another 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 car. For voting for Kamala. Back to the video, folks.
Because Kamala helped raise money to bail out murderers, rioters, and thieves. But she thought I belonged in jail because I had a handicapped child. To me, Kamala is fake. She just repeats stupid things like unburdened.
What can be unburdened by what has been? What can be unburdened by what has been? I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know?
I found out she only became Attorney General because she was a mistress to the married San Francisco Mayor, Willie Brown. And today I see she tries appealing to black audiences by putting on fake urban accents.
And we're gonna do it again in 2024.
Black people are very down to earth. This is insulting to us.
You better thank a union member for vacation time.
Kamala, how stupid do you think we are? And I saw Kamala's Twitter photo. That's from like 20 years ago. She's 60 years old today. Even with the heavy makeup, you can see she's 60. I've seen her pretending to be talking on the phone, avoiding the press. She's a terrible actress. She was calling young people stupid.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
With Kamala, we can't even say Merry Christmas.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
The laugh is so insincere.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And yeah, I am radical.
All this woke and radical stuff doesn't do anything for me as a single black mother. All it got me was inflation that hurt me and my kids. Grocery store prices are crazy. I can't pay for food on my income.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented and cross the border as criminals.
Black people has been in America for 400 years, but Kamala pushes us to the back of the line behind illegals. Why? As borders are. She just filling up our schools with kids who don't speak English just so they can get more government money. Illegals get free health care, but I have to pay. They get free housing, and I'm struggling to pay rent.
Are undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit crime.
And it's more dangerous in our neighborhood. We don't need Venezuelan gangs.
To this day, at 22 years old, I suffer from full paralysis on my right arm and partial in my right leg.
Kamala Harris owes me an apology and my daughter an apology for what she did to us.
Let's be clear, my values have not changed.
Look, I am not a political person, but I want people to know what Kamala Harris has did to me. If she do it to me, she will abuse anyone if you give her the power.
Well, as you can see, that's what Kamala Harris was out there in California doing, locking up black mothers, single mothers for their kids being disabled. And if you watch the video to the end, you see she lied about it. When asked about it, oh, no mothers got locked up. When mothers were front page, mothers went to jail. They were on the news. They were handcuffed. She lied about it. And here's another message I want to give to you. Hey, if you friends with people out there, you friends to the end. If you friends with a white person, a black person, a green person, and a brown person, and the moment you feel the need to say, as a white person, or you black, the moment you feel you need to identify a color to make a point, is the moment you show you was never that person's friend. You was never there for them. But I bet you this, that person was there for you every step of the way. Every time you call, every time you needed something, I bet you that person was there for you. And like I always say, man, click the like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, click all so you can get notifications every time I give you videos like this. And if you're a supporter of the channel, much love and respect to you. And I salute you and you and you. And if you one of them haters and one of them weak-ass friends, cut the shit.